and welcome to Yoga for Rock Climbers. My name is Seher and I'm a yoga teacher at the UCF Recreation and Wellness Center. This yoga class is going to be geared towards rock climbers and helping you move a little bit more efficiently on the wall. We're going to be focusing a lot on core strength, shoulder strength, grip strength, and a lot of hip mobility to help you execute some creative footwork while you're climbing.
We're going to start in a seated position, so whenever you're ready, please come to a comfortable seat, however feels good for your body. From here, I'm going to ask you to relax your shoulders down and away from your ears and lower your gaze towards the floor or close your eyes if it feels comfortable. You can bring your palms on your laps. And just as climbing on the wall requires you to be present and focused, this yoga class requires the same thing. Taking a deep inhale through the nose. Hold it at the top. Open your mouth, let it go. One more time, deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth, release. Last one through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And continue to breathe deeply, this time keeping your mouth shut. So breathing in and out through the nose. And take a moment to establish your purpose for this class. Just as you are intentful with every movement and every step that you take on the wall, every motion that is in this class has purpose behind it, and every movement will be coordinated with your breath. Open your eyes gently. Take a deep inhale, bring the palms up overhead. Exhale, bring the palms to your heart center. From here, let's interlace the fingers. Bring your arms out long in front of you. And draw a nice figure 8 or infinity sign pattern in the air, making it as big and dramatic as you want. So focusing on motion through the wrists here. So really emphasize the curves. When you're ready, release the palms out in front of you. Spread the fingers really wide and squeeze your hands into a tight fist. Squeeze, activating the forearms, keeping the wrist neutral. And gently let it go. And come back to a tight fist. Gently let it go. Tight fist, let it go. Maybe coordinating our breath, inhaling as we close the fist, exhaling as we release. Building heat, moving faster. And moving the hands quicker and quicker, really activating our wrist flexors, wrist extensors, finger flexors. Everything is working in a co-contraction here. Beautiful. Release the palms. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, plant the hands out in front of you and shift your body into a neutral tabletop position.
Shoulders stacked on top of the wrists, hips stacked on top of the knees. From here, drop your belly. Inhale, look up, lengthen the front of your throat. Exhale, draw your belly button into your spine. Tuck the pelvis, tuck the chin. Press the ground away with strong, active arms. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, look up, extending the spine. Exhale, flexing the spine. Continue to move back and forth between these movements, making sure to coordinate your body with your breath. Every inhale extends your spine, and every exhale curls you in. Find stillness in the center, nice flat back here.
From here, we're going to work on weight bearing through our wrists. So begin to gently shift your weight forward over your hands, more so than over your knees. And begin to shift your weight towards your right hand and then your left hand. And move back and forth, play around with wrist motions. Play around with how much weight you want to accept onto your hands.
When you're ready, find stillness. Turn the hands so that the fingers are pointing towards you. Inhale here. Exhale, take a gentle shift back. Stretching out the forearm muscles. These are the muscles that get really, really tight whenever we're gripping something repetitively, or strong grips that we need in rock climbing. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, gently shift back until you feel the stretch. And then gently return to neutral, palms facing forward. Place your right palm in the center. Inhale, left palm over. Exhale, thread the needle. Allow the left shoulder to find the mat. Right fingertips can walk out long. You can also bind the right palm behind your back, grab onto your left thigh. You can stay here and connect with your breath. Or if you'd like to take it a little further, you can tuck the toes for balance and allow your right leg to come out long on the mat. Maybe lift that leg up, squeeze your core, breathe. And gently come back, unwind. Left palm comes back up and comes towards the center of the mat. Right palm comes up, inhale. Exhale, thread the needle. Left fingertips can walk out long or wrap behind you. Once again, option to stay here or take a different variation, extending the left leg out long, maybe lifting it up, activating your core. Gently returning back to center, pushing off of your left palm, right palm high, inhale. Exhale, find your tabletop position. Sway the hips side to side, feeling a stretch in your glutes. And return to stillness. Tucking the toes for balance if you'd like. Right hand is going to come out long in front of you, thumb facing up. Left leg is going to extend out long behind you, lift it up. Inhale, reach in both directions. Exhale, draw it in. Knee to elbow, squeeze the core. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draw it in. Tight core. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, come in. And gently release back into neutral tabletop. Long in front of you. Inhale, reach in both directions. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, last one. Exhale, tuck it in, squeeze. And gently find your tabletop. Keeping the knee bent, we're going to raise our right leg up behind us. And then go ahead and externally rotate your hips, so kind of like a fire hydrant pose here. And extend the leg out long, keep it lifted, breathe. When you're ready, place it down on towards the floor. Inhale. Exhale, sink your hips back and allow yourself to feel a stretch through your inner groin or adductor leg muscles. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, sit back onto your heels. So stretching out the adductors will really help you reach farther with your leg when you have a difficult posture to get into on the wall. Inhale, shift forward, allow the leg to draw back in. Knee stays bent, left leg comes up, inhale. Exhaling into fire hydrant, extend the leg and gently place it down. Inhale, exhale, sink back on the hips. Inhale, exhale, sink back, feel your legs stretching. Inhale, come back to center, draw the knee in.
Tuck the toes here. Lift the knees up to a hover. Squeeze your belly button into your core. Inhale. Exhale, draw the hips back and up to find your first downward facing dog. Our heels are reaching for the ground. It's okay if they're not touching. Palms are spread wide on the mat, pressing the ground away, trying to bring our chest towards our thighs. Inhale, come onto the toes. Exhale, release your heels back down towards the floor. Inhale, come onto the toes. Exhale, heels try to ground down. Inhale, come onto the toes and walk your feet up to meet your hands. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, allow the hips to shift over your heels. Grab onto opposite elbows and let it go. Shake your head out, yes. Release tension. Shake it, no. Sway side to side. Reconnect with your intention for today's class. Or maybe imagining yourself on your favorite wall or mountain, whatever you like to climb. Gently release your hands towards your feet. Tuck the chin. Inhale, come all the way up. Sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, palms come to heart center and release the palms by your side. Palms facing forward. Spread the fingers wide and grip the floor with your feet. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. It's okay to bend the knees here. Inhale, hands slide up the shin, halfway lift. Stay here, breathe. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Find a flat back, separating the shoulders from the ears. Inhale. Exhale, find a plank position. Option to drop the knees down or stay lifted. Inhale, shift the weight forward, come onto the toes. Exhale, chaturanga, all the way down towards the mat, untuck the toes. Baby cobra, inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, peel the chest up, look up. Exhale, come all the way down. Pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. Inhale, scoop yourself all the way up to long cobra or upward facing dog. Pressing the knees together. Lifting the thighs up, gaze up. Engage your entire back body. Flip the toes, push back, find your downward facing dog. Readjust as needed. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to chest, hold here. Squeeze your core, come onto the ball of your back foot. Inhale. Exhale, plant the foot between the two thumbs. Release your left leg all the way down towards the floor. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, sink into your hip. Gazing between the palms, let's pump the fists here. So make a nice tight fist and then explosively let it go. And again. Going a little bit faster, once again, activating our forearm muscles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reach up, palms come up overhead long. Exhale, place the palms behind your back, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades together, open the chest, gently tilt the head back. Gently coming back to center, releasing the palms, frame the front foot, step back into your plank position, and from here, push back, downward facing dog. Left leg comes up, inhale. Exhale, knee to chest, come onto the tippy toes of your right foot, squeeze. Inhale. Exhale, plant the foot, lower the right leg down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink into your hip. Gaze up at the palms. Once again, pump the fists. Nice and active. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, palms behind you. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and gently open the chest. Tilt the head back as tolerated. And returning to center, release the palms, frame the front foot, step back,
into a plank position. Move through your vinyasa. So that's going to be your chaturanga, or lowering all the way down. Your inhale, up dog. And your exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come onto the tippy toes. Bend the knees, look at your palms. And using all of your strength, try to hop up as quietly as you can to meet your hands. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, rise all the way up. Palms overhead. Exhale, palms to heart. Palms by your side. Inhale, palms overhead. Exhale, find chair pose, sinking the hips and the knees. Bring the big toes together to touch. Weight comes onto the heels as the legs squeeze together, active legs. Gazing between the palms, either spread the palms really wide or bring the fingers together, just active arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, step or hop into a plank position. Shift forward, chaturanga. Inhale for up dog. Exhale for down dog. Inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, place it in between the two thumbs. We're going to pivot the back foot flat, setting up for warrior one. Rise all the way up. So it might feel a little bit awkward for our hips, but we want our hips to be squared off, facing forward. Strong bend in the front lunging leg. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink a little deeper into that lunge. Bring the palms behind your back. Interlace the fingers. Inhale. Exhale, take a gentle fold. Come to the inside of your front lunging leg, making sure that our hip stays open. Humble warrior. Connect to your breath here. When you're ready, gently release the palms towards the feet. Step back into a plank. Push back, down dog. Left leg comes up, inhale. Exhale, step it through. Pivot the back foot flat. Same thing, rise up, warrior one. Strong lunge in the front leg. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Find your breath. Bring the palms behind your back, interlace the fingers. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, humble warrior. Come to the inside of your left leg. Active shoulders here. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the palms. Gently release the fingertips towards the floor. Step up into a forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, chair pose one more time. Remember your cue. Squeeze the legs together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, find your plank position and stay here. Try to keep the knees up and lifted. We're going to do some mountain climbers here. So picking up your right knee in towards your chest, holding for a second and releasing. Left knee comes in towards the chest and releases. Same thing, right side and then left. You can continue moving slower and using active, strong core, or you can try to speed it up as our traditional mountain climbers are. Whatever feels good, stay here for a few more breaths. When you're ready, find plank pose, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Breathe, let it go. Inhale, pick up your right leg. Exhale, step it in between the thumbs. Stay on the ball of your back foot, rise all the way up. Exhale into your crescent lunge. So a little bit more challenging for our balance. Gazing up at the hands, begin to pump the fists just for a little bit, making explosive fists here. Inhale, extend the palms. Exhale, pivot the back foot flat. Open up the arms, find warrior two. Gaze past the front fingertips. Make sure your shoulders are down and away from your ears and that the pelvis is tucked in. Paying attention to the midline of our body here, making sure that our knee isn't collapsing in. Hips stay nice and open. You are strong, active arms. Bring your right elbow to your right knee. Left palm comes up for your side angle pose. If it's in your practice, you can extend your right palm all the way down towards the floor or any blocks, props that you might be using. Gaze up at your left palm. Bring it over your left ear. Extended side angle. Stretching out through our lats, which is a huge muscle that we use for climbing or pulling ourselves up. Active arms here. Inhale, lift back up into your warrior two. Straighten out the front leg, triangle pose, right palm to your right shin, left palm comes up. Stacking our shoulders in line with our elbows and our wrists, making sure that our chest isn't collapsing in. If you need to be a little bit higher to achieve an open chest, you can go ahead and get higher on your leg. Gently pull yourself back up using strength. Bring your hands to your hips. We're going to turn our right leg towards the right or towards the left so that we're all facing one direction. Bring the palms behind your back. Interlace the fingers. Open the chest. Shoulders squeeze. Look up. Inhale. Exhale. Forward fold. Breathe. Nice and active shoulders here. So more so worried about pressing the palms together rather than lifting our hands up. Gently release the fingers towards the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Go ahead and walk your hands over to frame your left foot. So we're completely turning our body to face the back of the mat this time. Inhale. Exhale, rise up, find a crescent lunge. We're on the ball of our back foot. Let's pump the fists just for a little bit. Making sure we're breathing. And inhale, release the palms. Exhale, open up, warrior two, pivot the back foot flat. Check your alignment, same cues as before. Gaze comes forward. Left elbow to left knee, right palm up. Option to move down towards the floor if it's in your practice and if your chest stays lifted. Right palm over your ear for extended side angle, stretching out the lats. Using your strength to pull yourself all the way back up to warrior two. Straighten out the front leg. Shift your weight towards your left leg, left palm to left shin. Once again, breathe, gaze up. When you're ready, pull yourself back up, hands come to the hips. We're gonna turn our left leg towards the left. From here, let's point both of our toes out to set up for kind of a sumo squat. Bring the palms face down, arms are extending out by your sides. This is your 5-pointed star. Bend the elbows here and bend the knees. Here's your goddess pose. So really trying to open up the hips. So send your knees kind of back. Inhale, come back to 5-pointed star. Exhale, find goddess. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, goddess, and hold. Maybe pump the fists. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Comes the 5-pointed star. Palms come towards your hips. Point the toes forward. Arms behind your back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale. Exhale. Forward fold. Gently release the fingertips towards the floor and walk them along as far out in front of you as you can get them. Option 2, kind of spread the stance a little bit wider to make the floor a little bit more accessible. If your palms are on the floor, you can press them in and really, really stretch out the shoulders. We're stretching the hips here, we're stretching the inner groin muscles. The more flexibility we have, the more efficiently we can conquer creative patterns on the wall and reach difficult areas. Gently walk your fingertips back towards the center. Flip your fingers to face behind you and walk them through your legs, deepening the stretch in our groin. Gently walk your fingertips back towards the center. Inhale, halfway lift, and walk your fingertips to frame your right leg. From here, step up to a forward fold. Let it go. Inhale, rise all the way up. Palms reach up. Exhale to heart center and bring the palms by your side for mountain pose. We're going to move on to standing balance postures. So let's shift all the way to our right leg and begin to flex our left hip up. Point the toes up towards you. You can bring the hands to your hips. Stay here. Try to be as active as you can with the toes. From here, we're going to externally rotate our hips, so sending it out towards our side. Try to hold it actively here. Maybe you can hold onto your knee with your hand and push yourself a little bit further to stretch the hip. If it's in your practice, you can bring your peace fingers, wrap them around your big toe, and try to extend the leg and hold here. Whenever we're doing balance postures, we really want to be focused. So bring your gaze to a non-moving point of focus on the floor in front of you. Wherever you are, gently release the leg. Come back to center, keeping your hip up. From here, grab your entire leg with both your hands. And we're gonna just find some motion through the hips. So cradle your leg like a baby. If you fall out of this posture, you can just get back in. If you need to shake the legs out and come back in, you can do that. So just find some lubrication and motion through the joints. And whenever you're ready, you can bring your foot over your thigh, setting up for this figure 4 position. Bring the palms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, come into a chair pose. So figure 4 chair, bending your right knee. Gazing at the floor, find your focus, find your breath. Inhale, gently lift back up, release and let it go. Shake it out, good work. Other side, bring all the weight to your left leg this time. Flex your right hip up, point the toes up. Breathe. Externally rotate your hip towards the side. And again, you can use your hand to passively move your knee a little bit further out. And if it's in your practice, you can bring the peace fingers to the toes and extend the leg. Wherever you are, find your focus on the floor. Use your breath, breathe. And gently release, hug your knee back in, come to the center. Picking up your leg with your hands, taking the motions that you took before, or maybe something different. Cradle the leg. When you're ready, find your figure 4. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, chair. Breathe, focus. Almost there. Gently lift up and let it go. Shake it out. Good work. All right, find stillness here. We're going to step our left leg behind us about halfway through. Both of the toes are pointing forward. And you can bring your hands behind your back in this prayer position. And if it feels comfortable, we're going to hit a reverse prayer. If this doesn't feel good, you can grab onto opposite elbows or just interlace the hands. Reverse prayer here. Inhale, open up the shoulders and the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Both legs are straight here, stretching out the hamstrings. We're moving into the final part of the class where we get to stretch and do a little bit of core. Gently use your strength to pull yourself back up, step up. Other side, right leg comes behind you. Find your prayer pose or reverse prayer. Inhale, exhale, pyramid. Gently use your strength, pull back up, step up, release the hands. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank, carry it down to a chaturanga, all the way down to your belly. Untuck the toes. We're going to extend the arms out long over our head, moving our opposite arm and our opposite leg, lifting up. We're going into reciprocal patterns here. So whenever you're ready, lift your left arm, your right leg. Stay active and let it go. Right arm, left leg, lift. Let it go. And continue to work through these motions, going at your own pace, trying to hold for a second to stay active. These reciprocal patterns are very typical of the way humans move, how babies crawl, how we walk, how we climb walls. Just a few more. And when you're ready, relax. Bring your palms underneath your cheek. Bend your knees up and windshield wiper the legs side to side. Relax. Maybe take this moment to thank your body for all that it's doing for you during this time, during this practice. Thank yourself for being here and for arriving. When you're ready, find stillness. Keep the knees bent up. We're going to grab onto the tops of our feet with our hands. On your inhale, lift the chest, lift the thighs, breathe. Gaze comes forward. Inhale. Exhale, release back down. Stay here. One more time. Inhale, up, breathe. And gently release. Once again, you can windshield wiper the legs side to side. Finding motion through the hips here. And when you're ready, find stillness. Extend the legs long. Bring the palms underneath your shoulders. And scoop yourself all the way up to your up dog. And exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Inhale, send your right leg high. Exhale, right knee to right elbow, hold. Come onto the ball of your back foot, squeeze your core. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, knee to your head in the middle, hold, squeeze. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, cross it over, knee to left elbow, hold. From here, we're going to pivot our back foot flat and extend our right leg towards the floor. lift your left palm high, finding this bridge / side plank variation, fallen triangle. Gaze up, breathe, active palm pressing the ground away. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, shift back into your three-legged dog. So right leg stays lifted. Inhale. Exhale, send your right leg to the outside of your right hand. We're in an active lizard here. Breathe and hold it. Opening up the hips. From here, we're gonna bring all the weight forward and bring our left foot up as well to the outside of our left hand. And engage your yogi squat. To make this more comfortable, you can point your toes out. Try to find a nice erect spine. If your hips are tight, you might be on your toes. We can press the palms back down, shift back into a plank position, push back down dog. Left leg comes up, inhale. Exhale, knee to same elbow hold. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, knee to your head in the middle, hold. Inhale, back. Exhale, cross it over, hold. Pivot your right foot flat. Extend the left leg. Right palm comes up, fallen triangle. Breathe, use your strength. Squeeze your core and your obliques. Inhale. Exhale, return back, untwist. Left leg stays lifted. Plant your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Stay here in your active lizard, opening the hips. So the knee is opening up towards the left side. From here, shift the weight forward. Step your right foot up as well. Find your yogi squat. Gently press the palms down. Step back into a plank. Move through your vinyasa one last time. So that's your chaturanga, your up dog, and your down dog. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, step it to the outside of your right hand. Release the left leg down this time. Moving into full lizard. You can stay here on your palms, or you can release yourself down to your forearms, or take whatever variation of lizard you like. Allow yourself to breathe and relax. Your breath makes deep stretches a little bit more accessible. Whenever you're ready, press back up onto your palms if you're not already there. And before we shift out of this, let's press our knee away from us, coming onto the pinky toe edge of our foot to really just open up the hips a little bit more. Stay here for a little bit. Gently come back to center, setting up for pigeon. We're gonna walk our right leg over towards the left side of the mat. And we're gonna sink down towards the mat, or we can stay lifted on our palms. Wherever we're feeling this stretch, that's where you can be. When you're in pigeon, make sure that you're not shifting all weight into one side. You want to stay relatively towards the midline here. If pigeon doesn't feel good for you, you always have the option to lay down on your back and find this figure 4 stretch. It's stretching out the same exact glute muscles. Hold your pigeon for a little bit longer. Again, remember to connect your breath to this movement. Every exhale pulls you a little bit deeper. Every exhale allows your muscles to relax a little bit more. Whenever you're ready, walk back up onto your palms, tuck the toes, push back into your downward facing dog. Left leg is going to come up, inhale, exhale, step it to the outside of your hand, right leg comes down. Find your variation of lizard, so if you lower it onto your forearms or your palms, you can go ahead and do that. When you're ready, press back up onto your palms and peel the left leg away from you, coming onto the pinky edge of your foot, opening up the hips. And returning to center, setting up for pigeon, walking our foot over to the other side, keeping the hips towards the middle, and come down. Again, you have the option to flip on over to your back for supine figure 4 stretch. Same muscles are working. And coming back up onto your palms, tuck the toes, step back into your downward facing dog. From here, let's bend the knees all the way down to come into this tabletop position. Untuck the toes and walk your hands so that you're sitting down on your heels. So we're in this kneeling position. We're gonna try to stretch out the shoulders a little bit more. So what we wanna do here is with our right palm, we wanna bring it over our head or behind our back like this. And our left arm is gonna come underneath. So our right palm right now is externally rotating and our left palm is internally rotating. If you can walk your fingers up your back to interlace them, then you can stay here and really pull on your fingers to feel the stretch in your shoulders. If this is really way out of reach for you, you can always grab a towel and work on it with a towel, or you can just stay in this position and really just work on intentfully trying to walk your fingers towards each other. And gently release, other side. You might notice that one side is way more flexible than the other. Just typical things that we all experience. Again, if you have the towel, really actively squeeze that towel in both directions. Pull on it. Gently release. Inhale, bring the palms up overhead. Exhale, palms come out in front of you. Find your tabletop position. From here, I'm going to have you all rotate on your mat so that we have the long side of it for our hip stretches here. You can extend or spread the knees as wide as your body will allow it. Allow your knees to come bending 90 degrees. And when you're ready, push back on your hips and lower yourself down onto your forearms or whatever feels good for you to stretch your hips here. Frog pose. Just a few more deep breaths here. Gently use intentful motions to come out of this stretch. Come onto your palms, walk the knees back towards each other. You can turn your body to face the front of your mat again. From here, shift the hips back to sit back on your heels and slide the legs out in front of you. You can keep the knees bent up. Bring the palms behind your back, under your shoulders. Spread the knees about hip width wide, pressing up into reverse tabletop, sending the hips up. If it feels comfortable, you can tilt your head all the way back and stretch the front of your neck. Squeeze the glutes here and breathe. Hold for 5 breaths. Gently release your hips all the way down. We're gonna extend the toes out long, or the legs out long. Point the toes. And maybe we're gonna flip our grip here so that our fingers are facing away from us. Inhale. Exhale, send the hips up, breathe. Again, using your core, lifting your glutes, lifting your hips up. From here, tilt your head to look at your toes. And we can lift our left leg up, squeeze our core, come back down. Lift the right leg, squeeze, come back. Left leg, right leg, and one more each side. Gently release all the way down, bend the knees up. Let's walk ourselves all the way down on our mats, coming down to lay on our back. From here, let's walk ourselves all the way down to the mats. Setting up for bridge pose. Walk the shoulder blades towards each other. Inhale. Exhale, send the hips up, squeeze the glutes. If a full wheel is in your practice, you can go ahead and take that. 5 breaths. Wherever you are, glutes are squeezing, legs are active. On your last breath, gently release your hips back down. Once again, send the legs wider than your mat here. And let's wipe the legs side to side. Feeling some rotation and movement through the hips. When you're ready, find stillness and walk the feet back towards each other. Waterfall, we're going to extend the legs out long so that the soles of our feet are reaching up towards the ceiling or sky. And hold it here, reversing the blood flow. Maybe pump the ankles. Bring the arms out long as well. Maybe pump the fists. From here, release the arms back down towards the floor and send the legs wide. Then bend the knees in towards the chest. Grab onto the outsides of your feet for happy baby. And then sway side to side. Or straighten one leg while keeping the other one bent. Play around with your happy baby. And when you're ready, hug the knees in towards the chest. Bring your head towards your knees. Inhale, squeeze everything. Exhale, gently release all the way down towards the mat. Setting up for our final resting posture, Shavasana or corpse pose. Traditionally, this is done with the legs extended out long, but if you'd like to, you can keep your knees bent up. Release the palms by your sides, facing up. And as we settle into our Shavasana, and before we settle into our Shavasana, take this time to invite in only positive thoughts and let go of effort. The Shavasana will be about 2 minutes long. Find stillness and enjoy. whenever you're ready, begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Invite in gentle motions to get you out of Shavasana. And just as Shavasana represents the death of our practice, fetal position represents rebirth. So whenever you're ready, please lay on your favorite side in fetal position. And gently press yourself back up to a seat. Inhale, bring the palms up overhead. Exhale, palms to your heart center. Thank you all so much for tuning into this video. The light in me honors and respects the light in each and every one of you. Namaste.